Hey everybody, welcome to That's Good Stuff, the show where we review pop culture's newest releases. And this week, the newest release was Disclosure Day from Steven Spielberg, returning after, well, he he did Fablemans. What was that, like 2, 3 years ago?
hmm
But not a lot of people saw that. So this is like his return to sci-fi was, or return to form is what a lot of people are saying. But we'll find out with our review, with our thoughts of it. So he came up with the story, screenplay by David Coep,
Yep.
Coep, music by John Williams, and then the stars are Emily Blunt, Josh O'Connor, Colin Firth, Coleman Domingo. So in this, look at give the kind of the short plot is I want to say government leaker, but he doesn't really work for the government. It's like a para-government organization. He, so there's a leaker, and he has stolen some classified videos and data, I guess. And it has to do with what the government knows about intelligent life. And so he goes on the run, and he has a girlfriend named, what's her name?
Jane.
Jane. Yeah, he's Danny and Jane.
Uh, yeah,
Is it?
Daniel.
Yeah. So she's on the run too with him because she's wants to stick with him, stick with your man. And so they're being chased by Colin First organization. Do you remember what they're called?
Uh, it's like Ward X.
Ward X, I think it is. Yeah. So yeah, they're chasing them because they don't want disclosure to happen because they think that'd be really bad for the human race and they're not ready for it. So Spielberg does a lot of chase movies, so this is another chase movie, and they're on the run. And Colin Domingo is the he's this guy that he's another like worked for the company,
Mm.
and he kind of convinced Danny to leak the info, and he is kind of like setting up Disclosure Day with his people, and so they're trying to get to him, and I lost the freaking page. So how much more is there to this plot? There's not much. Oh, Emily Blunt's character. So Emily Blunt plays a Kansas City weather woman. Can't really call them girls anymore. uh, so weather person. So and she's had this experience in the past that's kind of mysterious. We're not told right away what it is. And one day she has a boyfriend who is Wyatt Russell. I didn't even know he was going to be in this movie until he
Mm.
showed up, and I was like, whoa. And so she had this experience in her past. One day there's a cardinal flies into her window, and that kind of reminds her of everything and unlocks like these empathic powers that she has where she can like tell a person what they're feeling and stuff like that. And so she's like, "What's going on?" And then somehow gets in touch with. Well, she gets a name in her head, right? It's the name of
Mm.
Danny, and so she's like, "Oh, I gotta go find Danny." And then eventually, Coleman's character like talks to her too, and so she's like gonna meet up with Danny, and and everyone's gonna meet up in Kansas City again for Disclosure Day, and that's basically the spoiler-free plot. Maybe there were some spoilers in there, but not big ones. So it's hard not to compare this movie to Close Encounters of the Third Kind because it's basically the same plot, and that movie was much better in my opinion. Um, this movie had a lot of problems for me with the story and also the technical stuff. But what did you think of going into it?
Well, I am a huge Spielberg fan. I always have been. Not just like his famous movies, but just I love all his movies, and I've been like trying to watch all of them. So there's a lot of hype going into this one, and so it's funny you bring up like Close Encounters because it is very similar, and I almost have like the exact same opinion of this movie as I do of Close Encounters, which is I think like the first like two-thirds is kind of just okay to like kind of middling, and then it has like a great finale.
Hmm.
Because Close Encounters is probably like the one Spielberg film that I think is like a little overrated ex until you get to like that ending.
Yeah,
Um,
I can see that.
because that is like a phenomenal ending, but you just kind of have to go through a lot of stuff to get to it. And this is pretty much exactly the same thing. There's a lot of like plot holes and stuff throughout the movie. I don't think I like hated anyone. I think all the characters are fine and like just their like determination to like get this out does kind of carry you through it and like get you on their side enough, even though you don't really know that much about their backstories. And like some of the comedy like doesn't land as much as I think it should. It does work as like a chase film, like it's very Minority Report and stuff like that, and War of the Worlds and stuff. So I think if you like those films, then this is will definitely be another one. Like the action is very well handled in this, like Spielberg always does. Um, and then you get to the last 40 minutes of this movie, which personally I loved. I love like the whole just the setup and like just how it's presented, like the acting and everything. I thought that brought back like that kind of like childlike wonder that you get from Spielberg's films, like watching Jurassic Park as a kid and everything. Like I thought this was like something special, like at the very end of it, and I like the note that it ends on. So I think that is what I'm gonna be like remembering from this film, but there's just a lot of like the hour and a half before it that's just kind of okay, kind of.
Yeah, it was rough. I did not like this movie much. I like you said, you were fine with the characters. I kind of hated the two main characters, not Danny and the girlfriend character, Danny and Jane. I did not like their story at all. The only thing that really kept me into it for the because it the plotting is very slow and I was bored, man. I was the only thing that really kept me into it was Emily Blunt's character. I thought that was kind of interesting, like I would kind of like to see just her story as a separate movie where like this
Hmm.
person all of a sudden has like psychic empathic powers. I think that would have been a better
Well, that
movie.
basically is Close Encounters.
Yeah, true. But she's like funny with it, and to a point. I don't. There's a certain point where I kind of don't like her character anymore. Towards the end, um, but yeah, like I said, the plotting's very slow. There is a lot of like stupid stuff in this. Like Colin Firth's character is just like a moron. And it's like, because it like you expect bad guys, especially in Spielberg movies, to be kind of bumbling and stuff, and they are.
It's
But
very
they
similar to the like villains in Ready Player One.
Yeah, it's just they're so incompetent. It's kind of jarring. The movie starts with them already having Jane and kind of already having Danny. Uh, so it's like, why do you let them go? Well, it's because they have this magic stick, and this stupid plot device of these magic sticks that they can hold, and it scares everyone. They could have like someone just shoot the guy from afar or something, but they don't do that. um, and
They say like shooting it activates it or
Yeah,
something at the
yeah, they make an
beginning.
excuse that because it's supposed to be holding it tight, activated, but also shooting it can also activate it. So, very convenient. And these magic sticks, they can do anything. They can open, they scare people, they make you invisible. It's like the One Ring or something. Uh, so, yeah, the plotting I thought was terrible. John Williams, I thought his music was actually really good in this one. It
Yeah.
sometimes didn't really fit the movie. Did you think?
No, it fit more than like something like Minority Report where I thought it was a little more out of place there. With this one, I think it does. It's more like Close Encounters where you
It
kind of expect
is.
that.
it's very John Williams like adventure type of music that he does.
Mm,
So you think you're like on this like adventure with these characters, but then it's like really slow. And like you said, the jokes, that stupid scene where they're trying to crush the cell phone, and she's like, "Oh, you missed it." I mean, it's supposed to be funny. It cuts the tension because they're like on the run. They're like, "Oh, the FBI is coming," or the non-FBI is coming. But then they sit there and try to destroy the phone. And there's like other parts where I can't remember. There's another part where they're supposed to be on the run, but then they like stop the talk and stuff, and it's like terrible. Um, it the movie, it tries to tackle what would happen with religion and if aliens were disclosed. And I think it really bumbles that, basically because the character they choose to show that through. I mean, she's a character who's struggling with her faith, but so she should be like when he tells her that, hey, I have alien proof. She should be like, oh, cool, man, the truth. Let's get it out of there. But no, she's the one that's like hesitant to, get it out into the world because she doesn't have faith in the human race. It's weird. It's a weird decision to make her the one that doesn't want the proof to come out. It's like I don't know. It's very weird. Like you said, the ending is pretty good. I
mm,
with the whole disclosure thing, I agree with a lot of people that think like the ending should be like the actual beginning of the movie,
yeah,
and then we see what the impact is over the next hour. I thought that would have been better too. It's just,
but I do also like having like the ambiguous ending of not knowing like that final line what it is.
yeah.
So I like
But
that too. So I don't know like how you would have done that.
it's tricky. Yeah, they would have to go like crazy with it, and that would be okay. But the way they do it, it just reminds you of all the other movies where like Close Encounters, where they, trying to make first contact and everything, and it ends with that. Um, like I said, the ending, the visuals and everything are cool. This movie goes, it's basically like they watched every YouTube UFO video and they put it in this
Hmm.
movie. They even have like the story of Jackie Gleason showing Nixon aliens,
Yeah.
which is an
And
old.
I did like that you don't really see like any of the ships like close up. Like it is all just like video footage because
Oh,
I
it's
think I'll,
basically like the YouTube footage we
yeah,
have, like the Tic Tac and
because
the
a
thing in the
lot of
cloud.
like alien movies like where they go wrong is the more you like show the aliens, kind of the less interesting they are. So I like that whenever an alien movie does like retain some of the mystery like of it, like UFOs and everything like that.
Yeah, I the problem I have with it is kind of like Disclosure Day in real life. No one act, no one in the movie acts like an actual human, I would say.
Hmm.
They don't react like you think people would react. Basically, you have to kind of like it makes you kind of have to divorce reality from from this movie because in reality we do have all the theories. We've seen pictures. The government, kind of discloses stuff, but it's always like pictures of orbs and stuff like that, and it's like, oh, these are probably just drones and stuff like that. They never show us bodies or anything, but um, so you have to divorce that because in this movie's universe, it acts like no one knows anything about aliens. Like they've never considered it. No footage has ever leaked. Because when they're watching the disclosure day at the end of the movie on the news, where everyone's like, "Oh my god!" and the stupid anchor chick, she's crying. She's like, I'm so sorry we have to show you, dead alien." And it's like no one would be crying. they'd be like, "Oh, look at that. There's like that's what aliens look like." It's like,
That I did kind of believe because if you've ever seen like kind of like news outtakes of like stuff like they don't expect to like happen on air, it is very much like that. So I thought
well,
she
the
actually
ones
did it like a real.
the ones I've seen, they're like shocked. Like they don't know what
Yeah,
to say because they're not on script, so they're like they don't know what to. But just this, she was just like so clownish. She's crying and she's like making these weird speeches to everyone. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, you have to see dead aliens. It's like, no, people would be like, cool, dead aliens. um, and then speaking of the aliens, I had a lot of problems with the aliens too. The fact that they come as animals, I mean, if they have the power to do that, why don't they just come as people? Maybe they're too creepy as people or something
yeah.
like that. But they could have used that and like explain that. Yeah, I was just watching like a UFO thing about like this guy with the weird smile and it like freaked everyone out. As
Mm.
like that made me think of the movie. It's like, well, maybe they come as animals because they don't freak people out or something like that. And then the whole time they're telling us, oh, these aliens, they're so benevolent and they're just gonna help everyone and it's gonna be great and they're like gods to us and stuff. And it's like,
That's why I
okay,
liked like the ambiguous ending because it doesn't answer. That's just what these characters kind of think of the aliens, but they don't answer if that is like the truth or not because they could have said something like kind of like violent at the end, but they don't reveal it, kind of.
yeah, it's just like. Because the characters keep telling, oh, they're so nice, they're benevolent, they're godlike, but then they kidnap kids and they like probe them, and it's like that's problematic. I mean, that's not very nice. Um, so it's like, what the heck, man?
I think the biggest problem with the movie is David Koepp because
Hmm.
he's like if you know him, he's like Ridley Scott. Like he either like writes great scripts or like terrible scripts because he's done like even with Spielberg, he's done like Jurassic Park and War of the Worlds, but he also did like Lost World and Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. And then if you look at like last year, he did Black Bag, which I thought was a good script, but then he
Yeah.
did Jurassic World Rebirth.
Oh shoot.
So he go like switches back and forth constantly. So
Dang.
a
I
lot of the
know.
problems I think do come from just the script because I thought a lot of the actors were kind of carrying it farther than the script like does.
Mm.
So
Yeah, I mean they had a good cast.
mhm,
I didn't really like the main character. I don't know. He bugged me. He was just kind of this passive guy that was. I mean, it makes sense that you're scared because you're on the run and stuff, but he
mhm,
just seemed a little too. Until it was time to go like save his girlfriend, then he becomes like, oh, Mr. Adventure, and he sneaks in, grabs a car and stuff like that. I'm like, where did this come from? Um, the movie, it just feels like a big circle. Like we already had the character, the bad guys already had the characters. It's a very Spielberg beginning, I would
mhm.
say. It felt like Indiana Jones or something like that. Um, but they have the characters, and they're like Emily Blunt's already in Kansas City, but then she leaves Kansas City, and we all gotta go back to Kansas City. It
Yeah,
was just like, what? Why are we just going in a giant circle? Yeah, it did not do it. It definitely was for me one of Spielberg's weakest movies. Just because like you said the script was not very polished. There's definitely scenes where you can see that this is very Spielbergian. He still does some
mhm.
of his stuff. I'm trying to think if there was like one where the actress was like ah and then there's like lens flare, and it's colored like Minority Report, or like the coloring grade and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
All his
Uh,
films have been like that since like Saving Private Ryan, I think was the first one like that.
yeah, it's not my favorite look. It's a little. He loves that bluish color.
Hmm.
That's like in everything. Um, so I guess the directing was fine, like you said. The action, made it look
Yeah.
good. Someone's like, "Oh man, that train scene," but even that, with that, I was like. Dude, it's taking Emily Blunt forever to get on that train. um, there was some funny stuff, I would say. There was some funny stuff that actually did hit. Mostly
Yeah.
with
A
Emily
lot of
Blunt.
my audience was laughing at a lot of it. So
Yeah, mostly with Emily Blunt's character and Wyatt Russell. He was very silly.
I feel bad
Uh,
for him because he's probably a good actor, but I've just hated like all the
I
characters he's played.
know he
So
never gets a good role.
mhm.
I actually like John Walker in. Marvel.
I
I'm one of
liked
those.
him in the show. I didn't like him in Thunderbolts.
No, I
Mm,
actually liked him one the most in Thunderbolts, but I like out of the characters. But I'm just one of those people that like his character for some reason.
mm.
Um, but Disclosure Day. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. I watched Catch Me If You Can like just a couple weeks ago. I
Yeah, I
really
need to
like
see that one.
I like that one. That one was pretty good. Because I'm trying to think, because a lot of people have said return to form, but I don't know if he, like Fablemans was pretty good.
Yeah, I really like that one.
It's a very small movie. It's not like anything he's ever
Yeah.
directed before, and that was pretty good.
I liked Ready Player One. I know you didn't care for it, but
Yeah. So and I actually like West Side Story.
I never saw that one.
I I actually like that. So is this his best sci-fi movie since what was before Ready Player One? Um,
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
yeah, I'm one of the rare people that like the end of that movie with the UFO thing. I
Yeah,
thought
I
that
like
was
the end
pretty.
of it. I just don't like
Yeah, the
everything before
rest.
that.
Yeah. Well, no, I would say I like the beginning and then I like the very end.
Yeah.
But like as soon as Shia LaBeouf shows up, it's kind of
Yeah.
rough. I
And then
like
I think,
Minority
yeah, I love
Report.
Minority Report.
I
I
like
think,
War of the Worlds.
yeah, we both like War of the Worlds, but a lot of people don't like
Yeah, a lot
that
of people
one.
don't like it, but I liked it.
Yeah.
Is there any more sci-fi he did?
I think that's most of the main ones, besides like the very early ones.
Yeah, I mean, those were you can't go wrong with those ones. I've never seen his comedy one that everyone says is terrible.
Yeah.
Um, I've seen Duel, which was in 1971. That's like a
Hmm.
TV movie
Hmm.
about like a truck chasing Firelight. I don't know what that must be a student film or something.
Yeah.
Close Encounters. You said overrated. I can kind of see that. It is really slow.
The first, just most of the movie is, but I do love that ending.
The ending is like outstanding. I
Hmm.
guess that's what everyone remembers. Jaws is great. I love Jaws.
Yeah.
It's a great movie. Raiders Lost Ark. I love all the three Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people don't like Temple of Doom, but I think it's fun.
Yeah, that is.
Last Crusade, I think, is a really good movie.
Hmm.
Uh, E.T. is great. I like E.T.
Yeah.
You think they could have kind of crossed over the movie? I know they didn't want to, but
I was scared for a minute at the end because when they rolled out
oh,
like
you
that
thought it would
alien,
be.
I saw the shape of ET in it and I was like, oh no.
You thought it'd be E.T. That
Hmm.
would have been funny as heck.
Yeah.
I would have loved the movie after that.
They just
A-
opened the curtain phone. Oh.
and then E.T. There's that guy. I guess he's the government, right? So, but
Yeah.
what if they were like part of this?
Hmm.
Color Purple. I don't think I've seen. Empire of the
Hmm.
Sun. I haven't seen. Always. I seen like a long time ago. I don't remember it. Hook. It.
I love, yeah, I love Hook,
You
but
love
a
Hook?
lot of people say that's like one of his worst.
I don't hate Hook. I mean Jared
Yeah.
hates Hook.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. Jurassic Park great, all timer.
Hmm.
Schindler's List, heavy topic.
Yeah.
Lost World, I like the Lost World. A lot of people don't like the Lost World.
I think that's the weakest for one for me.
Weakest of the three, definitely. I still enjoy it. Amistad, I haven't seen. Saving Private Ryan, I think, is one of the best war movies.
Yeah.
Easily. I don't remember that movie.
Yeah.
I don't remember liking it though.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's weird. Minority Report we said we liked. Catch Me If You Can, I just watched. I
Hmm.
thought it was good. Um, Terminal, the Terminal,
I
it's all
love that
right.
one. Yeah.
You love that one? Uh,
Hmm.
War of the Worlds we like.
Hmm.
Munich, I haven't seen. Crystal Skull, we just talked about. Tintin, I love Tintin, man.
Hmm.
And It's apparently
Yeah,
getting a
Tintin's
sequel
good.
finally. So hopefully,
Maybe.
Is Peter Jackson doing the next one?
Yeah.
War Horse I've never seen.
Mm-mm.
Lincoln I haven't seen. Bridge
Mm-mm.
of Spies. I don't remember if I've seen that. The BFG I haven't. The Post I haven't seen. There's a lot I haven't seen. Ready Player One. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't like that one. You like it.
Yeah.
For me, I just like the trailer. The trailer was amazing, and then there was the West Side
But one
Story. I
of the
thought was
things with like Ready Player One and then this one is it never feels like Spielberg's like an old guy like kind of director. Like there's always like energy in his movies kind of. Like if you watch like Martin Scorsese or something, like you can definitely see like
oh yeah,
that
man,
he's like an older guy making movies.
with his newer
Like
ones,
with
man, they're slow as
yes, but
heck.
like Ready Player One didn't feel like it was made by like a 70-year-old guy. So and this one I thought did have like better pacing than you did because it does start off like right in the middle of it and just keeps going. So I would didn't have a problem with like the pacing, but
It might be that I didn't like the main character storyline.
yeah,
So I
probably.
was like, oh, I'll just get back to Emily Blunt. And like I said, I like her story until they kind of reveal her traumatic thing, and I was kind of disappointed in that. I was like, oh, really? That was what that was what made her, crazy. But yeah, maybe one day we'll do a ranking of all the Spielberg
Yeah.
movies. That'll be something to do. Okay. Any
So I
last
think
words?
yeah, I definitely like see why a lot of people don't like this movie, but I think for like fans of Spielberg and like those that can like get into the plot, like despite like all the kind of technical problems, I thought it was a really strong ending personally. So I think I'll always remember that about it, but I can definitely see like why someone wouldn't like it.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people disappointed with the actual disclosure day. Like I said, we wanted the end to be the beginning and then explore kind of what happened. It's just because I think disclosure day in real life, when the government comes out and says, "Oh, we've released these files," it always disappoints everyone because they're always like, "Ah, it's just like dots and
Mm,
it's just orbs and stuff like that. We really don't care about that." So I think it just has kind of that same it leaves that same bad taste in your mouth where you're like, oh, that was disclosure day. Um, but yeah, we lived in Kansas City for a little bit,
mm.
and so they kept saying it. We're like, ooh. Apparently, it wasn't filmed there, and it didn't look like it. I didn't
No,
like
I didn't.
recognize anything when because I was like, oh, Kansas City, so I'm gonna look out for the landmarks and stuff, and there
Yeah.
really wasn't any.
It's mostly just that one street that the news station's on.
Yeah, but that's basically the Kansas City scenes, and then
Mm,
when they're out in the country too, but can't really tell out in the
yeah.
country. But yeah, any last words?
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So disclosure date, tell us what you guys thought of it. Was it Spielberg's Return to Form or was it something else? Let us know. Like, subscribe, and notify yourself for even more good stuff, and we will see you next time.